Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodesh, double honor sent to the elder apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 31, titled The Death of Saul. Verse 1. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down slain in Mount Gilboa. So you have here Mount Gilboa. Right, let me read these things first. The Philistines muster their forces at Aphek and advance to Shunem. So Aphek is here, because this is in the land of the Philistines here, Aphek, which is here, but it belongs to the Philistines. Not just this little small portion over here. It's not small, actually. It's very big. But this is a map. So, yeah, it looks small. Right. And people are most of the time always... not always, but most of the time, especially in ancient times, the cities were near water. Because nowadays, what do you have when you... I was looking up at TV. So nowadays, what do you have when you are in the city? Let me see here. Let me see. For example, you see the cities of Denmark. So what did they have back in the days? Back in the days, they had these cities near water because they used to drink out of the water and bathe and do all these type of things. Nowadays, people don't do that. Drinking out of this thing is just disgusting. It's full of diseases. People piss in it when they're drunk, sometimes when they're sober. They throw all kind of madness in the water. Even though here, of course, the waters are clean because you have people that come and clean the waters every day, clean the land, the place every day, stuff like that. It's always clean. Because if you go to, let me see here. You have the water cities, which is, let me see something here. For example, here. And then you have another one which is she went over here. I think it's here, but I was looking for another video actually. Miss World. This one, her. What's her name? Water City. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this video. Right, because if you go to these other places, a beautiful woman, by the way. This is a Jacob descendant, of course. I don't like the hair piece on her head. I like her better when she looks like... That's just what I like, man. Don't worry about that. I like her better when she has her normal hair. But anyway. I'm not going to tell them what to do. Let them do what they do. As long as minds don't have that. Then that's not my daughter, nor my wife, whatever. I'm looking for something. Here. This is how they live in. This is their homes and stuff like that. So you can see that these other nations, you have Hamites in the midst. You have Israelites there, of course. Nigeria are Israelites, but you have Hamites in their midst. But that's not the point. The point is that these other nations, they don't know how to handle the plastic and stuff like that. Esau's places, they look clean, but where did I? Oh, sorry. They look clean. Why? Because they take this here and then they go dump it. This is what this is what the Edomites do. They go dump it somewhere else so that you can't see it. It comes from them. This trickles down all from the Edomites. They're the ones that are massively mass producing plastic. You know, the other heathen nations are just using it. China too. Don't forget China. Yeah, those are the main culprits, the main countries that are doing these things. They're the ones responsible for this. Yes, the people, but the people are stupid. I mean, look at these people. They celebrate flying reindeers for goodness sake. So how dumb are they? They do it because the government issues it. Because if the government bans it, they're not going to do it anymore. Like in the time of the so-called COVID thing. Didn't the government shut down the whole land, so-called for safety's sake? Well, they can do the same thing for your health sake, so-called. Well, they can do the same thing for cigarettes. They can basically ban that and arrest you if you smoke cigarettes. You know how scared people will be? They're already scared for walking around in groups of 3 because you're going to get a 390 euros fine if they catch you walking in a group of more than 3 people. Those are the grievous laws that they put down at that time in 2020 until 2022. They had those laws. So yeah, anyway, my point of show, okay, this is kind of clean here, but you have other places. This is just one. This is the largest, Africa's largest city on water. But you have other places that are horrible looking, like this one. You know, but yeah, I wanted to show this too. I'll leave all these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. So yeah, I don't even know why I actually showed that actually. Oh yeah. So yeah, back in the days, you always had cities that were near water. You know, because I saw here, for example, here you see the water. Cities were often near water because of their prosperity, because of the ability to be able to water your crops, water your animals, water yourself. Because nowadays you can't really do that, even though you have beautiful cities like this, all straightened out and decked out and all, you know, I don't know how you call it, geometric or something like that. Everything is done organized, orderly, you know. Everything is done orderly. Yeah, this is not for survival anymore, this water over here. So that's why people piss in it, they puke in it, they do all these type of things in the countries where our people are, and also of course where the heathens are, because in India you see it too. You know, you see these places too, these garbage ridden places. That shows you that these heathen nations, they can't really handle plastic, man. You don't have somebody coming around and picking up this plastic as a job. And when they do it as a job, they have these. In their neighborhoods where the money is. India's most beautiful streets, you know, they're better ones than these ones. I don't know exactly what to type in. Yeah, I don't know what exactly to type in, but you have streets that are that look very damn it, wait. Right, you have these, I don't know how you call it, man. I think residential areas in India that if you look at it, you think it's Europe. This looks like China, but this is India. This looks like Europe. I'm telling you, like, wow, I thought it was Europe. When I saw it the first time, I was like, that don't look horrible to me. You know, you have decent streets. They clean it up. Every day you have the garbage truck coming over there, picking up garbage. Sweeping the streets. You have the street sweepers. You have the streets are decked out. You know, there are no holes in the paths and stuff like that. And here, when I saw this footage, I literally thought it was Europe. My man, this looks literally like Netherlands. You know, I really thought it was the Netherlands when I saw it. No, when I saw it the first time, look, you know what? Leave that. Leave that. This is a video that is posted up now here. But when I saw this video, it didn't have this thing here, and I saw it years ago. It was more years than this. Somebody re-uploaded this one, and then they put their logo on it from this thing here. Anyway, so this is India too and stuff like that, and this of course is India too and all that type of stuff. But anyway, enough of all this. Let me go back to over here. Right, so now it says here, the Philistines mustered their forces at Aphek and advanced to Shunem. And then they get them past Megiddo. That's here, and then here, Mount Gilboa, sorry. And the Philistines followed hard upon Saul and upon his sons. And the Philistines slew Jonathan, and Abinadab, and Melchishua, right? Saul's sons. And the battle went sore against Saul, and the archers hit him, and he was sore wounded of the archers. Just like Josiah's in the book of 1 Ezra chapter 1. And the same fight is mentioned, if I'm correct, in the book of 1 Chronicles. Josiah. Yeah, 1 Chronicles. What did I say? Second Chronicles? Shit, I forgot what I just said. But anyway, it's 1 Ezra's. I know it's 1 Ezra's, but it's the same thing mentioned here. 2 Chronicles. Okay, sorry. 2 Chronicles 35. I think I said, yeah, here. I know this because this same fight over here is mentioned in 1 Ezra's. This thing from 20 until 27. Also here, by the way. Moreover, Joshua kept the Passover unto the Lord in Jerusalem. And here you see it mentioned again. Josiah held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto the Lord and offered on the 14th and the 13th first month. So stuff like that, right? Right, so where's this? Samuel. No. Right, going on. Sorry for all that distraction thing about showing here about India and stuff like that. I just wanted to show an example because back in the days you had the cities living near, or the cities were built near water. A city that is built near water is always prosperous because it will always have water. It will always have a drink for animals. And also, you know, because the scripture comes to mind, for example, Psalms chapter 1 verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the way, not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. So that's how you're going to be. You're always going to be watered. That bringeth forth fruit in his season. Just like the tree that will bring forth fruit in his season, whether it be the seasonal fruits of the autumn or summer or spring. You know, there are certain type of trees and vegetables, plants and stuff like that, and fruits that blossom or grow, or, you know, I don't know how you call it, but anyway, blossom in a particular time of the year. Like winter time, they won't bear fruit. But some do bear fruit only in the wintertime and not in the summer or not in the spring and stuff like that. Yeah, as an example. So you will be just like a tree that is near water, that give fruits in his season. So you will be seasonally blessed. You know, in due time you will get the blessing from the Lord, especially when it's needed. Look, he blesses you all the time, you know, but let's say when, you know, when you need to be saved from the hands of you know, Esau or something like that, in due time the Lord will deliver you. His leaf also shall not wither. Yeah, your leaf as a man, you are a tree, because you shall know by their fruits. What was that? Matthew 6? Wait, evil. Matthew 7. So Matthew 7 chapter. This is also a precept for the book of Genesis chapter 1. No, I think 2. Where it's talking about the trees in the garden. The trees in the garden, it's talking about people. Now, for example, Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. They look innocent. They dress alike and all that there. They dress like they're innocent, but they're raving wolves. But inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. So that shows you that the false prophets are trees. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? No, because it's going to hurt you. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A tree can't bring forth evil fruit. Well, if it's poisonous, but that's not what it's talking about. Because you have certain trees that they give something off that is evil. Excuse me, like a fruit that will hurt you. It will kill you. It could kill you, or it could really hurt you. Yeah, that's not that evil that's talking about. This is talking about people. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire. So, if you have false prophets and false teachers, eventually the Lord will destroy them. But a good teacher will have good fruit, meaning he will learn the best. He will learn good, and therefore he can go out there and teach others, or he can keep this knowledge and then, share it with others. There's a difference between sharing and teaching. The Most High set it up teaches according to his spirit, and the Most High and the rest of the 1/3 and stuff like that, they're going to share their truth, share it. There's a difference between a sharer of the truth and a teacher of the truth. A teacher is a teacher. And he teaches this, he reads and does study, and then he teaches others. This is how the Lord set it up. But if you have the Spirit upon you to become a teacher while you're when you are taught, then also you become a teacher yourself, then that is a beautiful thing. Shows you right here. Not everybody is a teacher. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go forth and bring forth fruit, which shows you that you are a tree. They say stuff like in America, they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What does that mean? That means it means that you're just like your father. A child usually has a similar character or similar qualities to his or her parents. That is what it means. The apple does not fall far from the tree. As is the father, so is the son. As is the mother, so is the daughter. So you are a fruit of your parent. Let me give you the last example, then I'll go back to the book because it's a short chapter anyway. It's not, that's the reason why I'm doing it, like why I'm jumping around. But I was just thinking things, and I thought to myself, let me share it. The scripture shows you, but talks about, if you have this word, share it. Don't shut your mouth. Talk about it. So it's a short chapter, 13 verses. So yeah, so let me go back over here. John. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass. Let me see if it's here too. Oh yeah, here. I can read this then. Here is the same thing, but yeah, here's the negative part of it. But still, I'll get back to it. So Deuteronomy 28:2. All these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. The field is the world. The city is the place that you are in. Blessed is the fruit, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. That's your children. So your children are symbolically as fruits of your body. This is a precept again for the book of Genesis chapter 2, if I'm correct, where it speaks about the trees in the Garden of Eden. Those trees represented different nations. And the fruit of that ground, now this is talking about the actual fruit that you plant, shall also be blessed in your hands. Nowadays they call it the green thumb. What is the meaning of a green thumb? Green thumb meaning natural talent for growing plants. Green thumb. What does having a green thumb mean? If someone has a green thumb, they are very good at gardening and their plants grow well. Yeah, man. You have people like that upon the planet Earth. You have some people that, they touch, they're trying to be a gardener or something like that. It doesn't work, and if it works, the plants are just not beautiful. You don't look at them like, I want to eat that, or I want to, look at that and find it beautiful and stuff like that. They all looked all messed up and stuff like that. You got certain people that have, this is what they do. This is what they do. Like they're trying to plant stuff. It doesn't look that terrible, but still, it looks nothing compared to. Wait, I saw one here. This one. It doesn't look that terrible, but still, it doesn't look like this. Damn sure don't look like this. Now that's a professional. Of course, these people are rich, but I'm just giving an example. You can see that a lot of time has been put in here. A lot of love, a lot of dedication, a lot of attention, because these plants need attention. You shouldn't just, put these plants there and think like, yeah, it's going to look like this. Yeah, you got to tend to it. It's almost like children. You got to tend to it. You got to do something, man. You can't just get this. By the way, this is nature. This is just normal. Right, still going back to over here. The fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy cattle. So even your animals. The increase of thy kin, which are animals also. Cows collectively. This one. These are animals. And the flock of thy sheep. So basically, it's going to be like that. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Basket is talking about this. This is a basket because back in the days we actually made this with the hand. This is made of plants, sticks and stuff like that. These one are sticks, and these one are leaves. These are leaves. Here. You can make it like this. Also a rope. Here, this one. Okay, so it's green now, but it's gonna die out, dry up and die. It's already dead, but I mean, like, it's gonna turn gray. That's what I mean. So bamboo and stuff like that. Where is it? So you make it like that. I'll put the link in the description back if you're interested in these type of things. In the beginning they're green, and then later on they turn brown because it's dying now. The green is going to die out, and then it's going to turn brown, and then it hardens also because when it's green it's more flexible. And yeah, that, and also flex. How to make silk. Well, you know what? I'll leave that. Right, but that's talking about the basket. And what do you have with the basket nowadays? It's talking about this. When you go to the bread bakery, what do you see? Food. You see weed. You see this. These ones are just sticks, if I'm correct. I forgot which sticks, but there's different ones. You have sticks, you have leaves, and you have also the other sticks of bamboo. That's a stick too, if you didn't know. Bamboo is a stick. It's hard too. Whip your ass with the bamboo. You know, bamboo stick. Break it, whip you. Yeah, it hurts. Bamboo is very hard. But anyway, this is what our people lack, because the Lord said it here. So we shall be blessed if we keep the laws of Yahweh, if we keep the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we listen to the prophets. And we shall be cursed if we do not those things. And then the Most High is going to curse us with, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. Your children are going to be cursed. They're going to die in front of you, which is unnatural in itself, because you're supposed to die before your children. Well, they're going to die. Or they're going to go to prison, or they're going to do a lot of wicked stuff. Just like how King David was cursed in his family. His family was cursed because that's why you had a lot of fights within them. They're trying to murder each other, you know, steal from each other. Absalom took King David, his wife, and raped him. That was also a sign of, I am the king now. Just like with lions. Lions, when they die, when they are taken over, they kill the kids, and then they take your wives. That's the same thing with kings too. Back in the day, in the ancient, in the Eastern ways, also in the Hamitic kings, what happened when a king takes over the household? The king, his predecessor, if I'm correct, just the person that comes after the king, if he takes his wives, his harem, then that is solidified. This is why Solomon got angry at his brother Adonijah when Adonijah said, give me Abishag the Shunammite for king. That was actually supposed to be for King David, but it said here it says here the king knew her not. He did not have sex with her, but still he was given unto her. She was a young virgin, and she ministered unto him. Where does that say minister? Anyway, you can read it for yourself if you have the time. But let me see. Her mother bare him after Absalom. This son also, he was the one that raped all King David's wives. And then after that, King David never had sex with them again, if I'm correct. He never had sex with them again. You know, because that's adultery. That's yeah, you can't do that, because I always forget the scripture, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna butcher it a little bit. I think it's here. Deuteronomy 23, maybe 22 then. No, then it's maybe 21. Wow. Then 24. Oh yeah, in Deuteronomy 24 and 4. But you can read the rest for yourself if you have the time, because I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking, okay. Deuteronomy 24 and 4. Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, I need to read this. Deuteronomy 24 and 1. When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorce, and give it into her hand, and send her out of his house. This was not allowed, but Moses, through the hardness of the Jacob descendants men, he allowed this. Matthew chapter 19, verse 6. Wherefore, they are no more twain, but one flesh. What the Heavenly Father had joined together, let not man put asunder. That's why you should not be in another person's ear Especially females do that. Women do that nowadays. Oh, you need to find a new man, a better man. He don't treat you right. You need to separate yourself. Divorce him. Divorce him. Get you another man. You're not supposed to do that. The Heavenly Father put them together and let them die together. Look at Abigail. Abigail had her husband Nabal. He was a beast. It's like, an unreasonable man. And the Most High still got him a blessed wife. Anyway, verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command it to give a writing of divorcement? And by the way, I just have to say that a man cannot have two masters. So sometimes you will have a man that is, he will not listen to the other one. He's not going to do that because he doesn't respect you. When a person doesn't listen to you, you should know that they don't respect you. Anyway, just let me go on now, because something just jumped in my head and I was like, let me say it, and then I'll go back to the scriptures. Now it says here, why did Moses then command to give, because Nabal was stubborn. Anyway, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and put her away? Yahushua saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, so except if she committed adultery on you, or she does OnlyFans, she's not having sex with nobody, because this fornication is a broad spectrum, but in this case, fornication, stuff like that, are other deviant sexual type of things and stuff like that. If she does that, and she's dressed like a cheap dollar prostitute or something like that while being with you, then you can kick her out, because what she's causing is spiritual adultery with other men, because men are looking after her, lusting after her while she's with you. You shouldn't get yourself a wife like that, by the way. I would suggest a bookworm. And you shouldn't get a woman for pleasure's sake anyway, but she doesn't make me horny. Well, you shouldn't get a wife for that reason anyway. Seek not a woman for pleasure. You should seek a woman to live with. I always learn that. Sirach 25:21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. It's not going to work. That relationship is not going to work, because it's going to be a relationship of pleasurement. Because your wife is supposed to be your companion, your companion. The definition of the word companion. Oh, funny. The definition of the word companion is a person or animal with whom one spends a lot of time, or with whom one travels. A companion is somebody that you can share your life with. You do things together, like bread. Like food. It's something that you do together. And a partner is something that you do 50-50. Partner? No, that's not the definition of partner. Yeah, joint heir. I'm not joint heir with my wife, man. The book of Numbers chapter 36 and the book of Numbers chapter 27 explains to you that the only heir a woman may have of her father is when the same father does not have sons. Then she is allowed to have heir, because she will have the inheritance. That's heir. She will have the inheritance of her father. Then she will have the... She's not supposed to have your inheritance. Are you stupid? Most people are, but because Esau taught you. So that's another false teacher, another false biblical claimer, because Esau claims to be a believer of the Bible. America is, when they do the inauguration, they swear in on the Bible, right? So that would mean that they're Bible following people. Even in the Bible it says you are not allowed to swear. So on that, even they're lying. James 5:12 and also Matthew 5 34 and 37. James 5:12, but you can read it here too. What? Oh, sorry. You can read it here too if you have the time for yourself. I'm going to get this one. James 5:11. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath. But let your yea be yea, and your nay, nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. So you're not allowed to swear. But what do they tell you to do? They tell you to swear in the court. They make you put your hand on the Bible. They swear in inauguration and as to be the leader of the so-called country called America. You have the leaders of the judge system. Here the judges get sworn in. The politicians get sworn in and all these type of things. But you're not supposed to swear, and damn sure not supposed to swear in the Bible. You just damned yourself. That's one of the millions of reasons why America is going to get annihilated off of the face of the planet. Because they profess the word of the Lord by swearing on the... you can't do that. So it says here, Psalms 50 and 16. But what? But unto the wicked the Heavenly Father saith, what is thou to do to declare my statutes? Or, which is written in the Bible, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy snout, in your mouth. You take the covenant of the Lord in your mouth. You're not even a part of this. That goes for the wicked Israelites too, because they also swear on the Lord. Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. After they make you swear upon the Bible, what do? They put the Bible into whatever cupboard where they, I don't know where they put it, but they put that here. They put it behind the desk, and then they take out their penal code, and then they judge you out of that. And all of their books have 666 barcode. But anyway, I'm going too much in another story. Let me go back over here. So only when if you read this chapter, I did a video about it, and also chapter 36, Numbers 36. When you read this, you will see that it is explained that the inheritance removed from neither shall the inheritance remove from tribe to another tribe. You can't do that, right? So a woman is not allowed to take your inheritance. It happens, yes, because it shows you right here, the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance, because if you give her the chance, almost 100% she's gonna take it. Especially if you fought with her, like you broke up and there's anger between you. Yeah, 90% she's going to take stuff. If she gets power from another male, with the caucus male in this case, if she gets power from him, she's going to rob you. Psalms 50 and 18. When thou seest a thief Esau, then thou consentest with him, and has been partakers with adulterers. Esau is the one that sides with the females when they want to divorce you because she found another man, and then he gives her the power to be able to take half your stuff to give unto her new boyfriend and stuff like that. Anyway, so basically, yeah, you only put her away for fornication with if she does other things, whether it be adultery, whether it be, you have girls nowadays that want to have a boyfriend, but they also want to do OnlyFans, and then they say stuff like, yeah, but that's not cheating because I'm not having sex with anybody else. Yeah, that's a form of fornication. And you can look up what fornication is. Basically adultery. But like I said, if she does the OnlyFans thing and she says, let's say literally she really does not have intercourse with anybody else, it's 100%, you still kick her out, because that's still a form of fornication, because she's having sexual relations outside of you, whether it be with another person or with a plastic pee-pee. It doesn't matter. Let's say she has a plastic pee-pee, but she doesn't put it on camera. She's just freaky on her, like dipping in her Lolo. You don't have to kick her out for that. That's just stupid. You know, I mean, it's like she just clearly she clearly loves sex, but she only wants to have sex with you. But when strap-on dildos come up into place, okay, then you gotta find yourself another man, another woman, another man. she is a man if you allow her to be around. But yeah, and shall marry another, committed adultery. So, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. You are the one that committed adultery. Why? Because you put her away, and it was not for fornication. You just put her away because you found another girl. No, you can't do that. And whoso married her which is put away doth commit adultery. That's what you did. You know, so the bill of divorcement was actually not supposed to be given. Okay, so now going on. Deuteronomy 24:2. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send it her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, the second one, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which is the first, which sent her away with the bill of divorcement, may not take her again to be his wife. This is why, if I'm correct, I need to read it again, but if I'm correct, King David, he didn't have sex with his wives.